Hey everyone, I hope all is well. Today, as you can tell from the title, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the reasons why I like and dislike the Nintendo Switch Lite. But before we begin, if you guys could do me a huge favor and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and smash the notification bell so you can stay up to date with anything that I release in the future. With that being said, let's go into why I like the Nintendo Switch Lite. Okay, so the first reason why I like the Nintendo Switch Lite is the improved D-pad on the Joy-Con. So if you look at the Joy-Cons we have here, the D-pad is actually not a real D-pad. It's just a series of buttons that go left, right, up, and down. You know, in order for me to play the games the way I want to with a good D-pad, I had to buy the Pro controller, which, as you can see here, has a really good D-pad, way better than the Joy-Con D-pad. So that would be my first reason why I like the Nintendo Switch Lite. The second reason why I like the Nintendo Switch Lite is that the fact that it's smaller. If you look at this Switch, it's kind of large. To me, it's comfortable in the hand, but to some people, it's kind of large. And after playing with it for some time, their hands actually start to get tired, and their arms start to get tired and fatigued, and so that can be a problem. And so they made the Switch Lite lighter and smaller, and it's probably about this size. So if you took a Joy-Con off, it would probably be about this size, which is pretty cool because it allows you to play longer, your arms won't be tired, and it gives you a way better gaming experience than if you would have to carry something extra in your hand that weighs just a little bit more. And so that's the second reason why I like the Nintendo Switch Lite. Now the third reason why I like the Nintendo Switch Lite is the improved battery. Now personally, I don't have a problem with the battery. I think the battery in the OG Switch is perfect. Usually when I play, I get around 3.5, 4, maybe sometimes 5 hours depending on what game I'm playing. But I've never really had a problem to where, like, if I'm playing and I don't know that the battery is dying, it just shuts off on me. So that's never happened to me. So honestly, the battery in the original Switch is pretty good to me, but they said that they've actually improved the battery in the Switch Lite. So the OG Switch gives you 2.5 to 6 hours, and I think the Switch Lite actually does 3 to 7. So give or take, that's about an hour difference. But an hour is a difference when it comes to gaming. So I mean, the more the better. So that's the reason. That's my third reason actually of why I like the Nintendo Switch Lite. Okay guys, so now that I've went over the things that I like about the Nintendo Switch Lite, let's go into what I dislike about the Nintendo Switch Lite, because there are quite a few things. Okay, so number one dislike, the inability to dock your Switch to the television. The whole point in the Nintendo Switch being called the Nintendo Switch is the fact that it can actually switch and do multiple things. It can switch from playing in the TV. It can switch from being in the dock and connecting to your TV. It can switch from being in portable mode. It can switch into a handheld mode. So it gives you different ways of how to play your game. This Switch doesn't do any of that. You can only play it in portable mode, which is kind of crazy. I kind of don't understand why they actually called it Nintendo Switch Lite. What they actually should have probably called it is Nintendo Switch Portable, because honestly, that's all you can really do with it. That's how you play. You play with it portable. So I wouldn't have really called the Nintendo Switch Lite, because it's not really a Nintendo Switch Lite, because it's not a lighter version of what the actual Nintendo can actually do, because it can't connect to anything. Not many ways you can play with it, so it's not actually the same. And so I would have named it that. But that's my first gripe with the Nintendo Switch Lite. My second problem with the Nintendo Switch Lite is the removal of the HD rumble. I don't really care about the NFC reader or the RF blast or whatever else is in there, but the fact that you remove the HD rumble is just going to make the experience less enjoyable, man. Like, I love HD rumble. I absolutely love it. I love to feel when I press a button that I get a feedback from that actual press. And the fact that I'm not going to have that in the Switch Lite, it's kind of sad. It really is. Like, every controller from every major console maker to this day has a rumble feature. And yes, I know Nintendo Switch is a little different because they border the line between home console and portable device, so it kind of is different. But still, it's 2019. You couldn't figure out a way how to keep HD Rumble in a portable package? Come on, Nintendo. Come on. Okay, so the third thing that I don't like about the Nintendo Switch Lite is the smaller screen. Yes, I know that they had to make the screen smaller to save battery life, to improve the battery life. And I know that a smaller screen on a small portable device like that would actually make things a little bit more vivid. But I know there had to be a way that you guys can actually fit that 6.2-inch screen that is on the OG Switch onto that little body, since you removed all the things from the Joy-Cons. I'm pretty sure there was a way for you to be able to do it, so the fact that the screen is smaller is kind of let down. Not too much, but kind of is. And so that's the third problem that I have with the Switch Lite. Okay, so now the last thing that I have a problem with the Nintendo Switch Lite before my camera dies is actually the cost. Now, I know when I say that a lot of people are like, yo, but it's only $200, man. It's $100 cheaper than the original Nintendo Switch. But let me explain something to you guys, okay? So, right, the Nintendo Switch costs $300, right? And now a lot of you guys think $300, you just think that this is $300. But you're actually wrong. It's this and this that costs $300, right? So it's the Switch and it's the dock that costs $300, right? This new Switch costs $200. If you guys are really into technology and you're really into knowing things about consoles, then you guys already know that the OG Switch only costs $257 to produce. The tablet, this thing, only costs $83.5 to produce. The dock, this thing, only costs $83.5 to produce. If you add both of those up, they become $167.5. Okay? Right? You with me? I still got you? Good. Listen, each Joy-Con costs $45 to produce. Right? If I was to add the Joy-Cons onto this body, altogether this thing produced would cost $173.5, roughly $174. Still $25 cheaper than the Switch Lite. Now, granted, Nintendo sells these things for $300 and they make about a $40 profit, which is no problem. I have no problem with that. I mean, you make something special like that, of course you want to reap the benefits, especially when you're in business, right? But the Switch Lite is going to be an even cheaper version of what this is, which means it's going to cost even less to produce, and without a dock that costs around $80-something to produce, why are we paying $200 for that system? Because I'm pretty sure that it's cheaper to produce that system than it is to produce this. But this is worth $174 to produce. So then how much would that be worth if they took out all the stuff from the Joy-Cons and they took the dock away? Why are we still paying $200 for something like that? And so in a way, it feels like almost like we're actually not getting our money's worth by buying it. Now, I'm still going to buy it. I'm not going to buy the regular ones. I'm going to wait and I'm going to buy the Pokemon one because that's a limited edition and I like to collect stuff. So I'm going to buy it. But honestly, after buying that one, I don't really see a point in me buying another. Like, there's really actually not a point because I'm going to feel like that I'm actually losing money, not actually... It just feels like it's not actually made for the consumer for the right reason. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I think that I'm actually the only one that actually touched down on this. I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube and I've heard people talk about certain things that they like and don't like about the Nintendo Switch Mini, but they haven't really come across the price with it. And so that would be my only gripe. Not only that though, honestly, everybody knows that the left Joy-Con sometimes gives you problems with the analog drift, right? And so I know how to open my Joy-Con and actually open it and take out the analog and replace it with a new one. So I know how to do that, so I'm good. But it's easy because I can actually just remove the Joy-Con from the Switch tablet itself. Now that the Nintendo Switch Lite Joy-Cons are attached to it and you can't move them, that means you would actually have to open up the whole system in order for you to be able to replace it. And we don't even know if it even can be replaced in that way. And so that's an even bigger, potentially, that's even a potentially bigger problem to even have. And so for $200, I'm gonna get it, but I really don't see the worth in it. And I'm not trying to bring Nintendo down, because I love Nintendo. I'm a big Nintendo fan. Most things I have are Nintendo. But when I see something like that, I just have to point it out, because at the end of the day, I'm still a consumer, and I'm always going to be conscious of what I'm buying and the price and what I'm paying for it, right? And so I had to just say that. Like, I have to say that. Like, if it was me, I probably would have made the price $179.99, even $150, but $179.99 I feel is a great price point for a product like this. But $200, after everything that I just explained, that's kind of sketchy to me. But you know what, Nintendo, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. But that's gonna be it for what I like and dislike about the Nintendo Switch. Hopefully you guys enjoy what I was saying. If you're still new to this channel and you have not yet subscribed, please do so. If you haven't yet liked this video, please do so. It helps me out a great deal. This is La. Thanks for tuning in. Till next time.